Hello everyone, welcome to this our maiden discussion. Earlier this week, Okoma John, you're welcome. Earlier this week, I started this discussion on a topic that I titled Igbo Enwe, and I'm continuing on that. Today, I want to dwell on Ohaneze. This phrase known in Igbo society and across Nigeria and wider Africa as Ohaneze. What does it mean? What is the meaning of what we say Ohaneze? What do we mean? You know, Igbo words are code languages. Igbos, every word uttered in Igbo language is a code. The ancient letter of the Igbo people was symbols in CBD. We write in symbols and codes. When we say Ohaneze, it's philosophical, and that is why any word you hear uttered in Igbo language, take it serious and dig in for the meaning of it. Igbo Enwe is a popular phrase in Nigeria, and our people, the Igbos, will argue with you that the Igbo Enwe is just a proverb. Is making reference or pointing at the egalitarian nature, the self-reliance, the individualistic tendency of an Igbo man. That they will tell that means Igbo Enwe. But I beg to disagree. Chigozie, you're welcome. I beg to disagree that is what Igbo Enwe or those who are peddling it meant. I was involved in an argument weeks back, not with a Yoruba man, not with an Hausa man, but with our cousin one of our cousins, and a German, who engaged me in an argument, trying to let me know that the Igbo people do not have government, that they are incapable of governing themselves. Hence, Igbo Enwe. And his main anchor, where he stamped his feet to state that the Igbos are incapable of governing themselves, was on the phrase Igbo Enwe. This is what prompted me to come up to deal with this phrase Igbo Enwe. I started this topic earlier this week, and I promised myself to deal with it extensively, to make sure justice is done to it, so that the phrase can be well understood. I want to take a look at Arochukwu Confederacy, Arobente Confederacy. The Arochukwu Empire, it was an empire, was formed, was established in 1690 AD. It was an empire. It was an Igbo kingdom. In Arochukwu, we have an Ezaro. We have Ndị Ichie. And we also have the chief priest of Arochukwu Kingdom. They will now have the populace. The Aro Kingdom was vast, crisscrossing the entire eastern Nigeria, or they call Igbo land, and beyond. The Aro Confederacy spreaded up to Equatorial Guinea. All the riverine area were part of Aro Kingdom. The people of Ijo used to go to Arochukwu to inquire of Ibino Babe, Ibibio, Urobo, Ishekiri, Isoko. All of them have Aro as where to run to. The kingdom of Arochukwu was well established, was a strong empire, and the type of government practiced was constitutional monarch, in which there are rules and regulations. There was constitution and bylaw, which is Omenani and Ordinani. The Ezaro was not tyrannic, was not a tyrant, because he was bound by the Omenani and Ordinani in making his decisions, in conjunction with the Ndị Ichie and the high priest of Ibino Babe. Almost in the entire Igbo hinterland are Aro communities. We have Aratan in present-day Anambra State. They are still there. We have Aaron Donyemobi in Uguta, present day Imo State. They are there till this day. We have Aaron Abieziem in Uguta too. We have Aaron Zerem, present day Ebonyi State. We have Aaron Mokwe in Udi, present day Enugu State. We have Arisiokpo in Ikwere, present day Rivers State. We have Aro Igruta or Igrinta, also in Ikwere, present day Rivers State. We have Aro Chinda in Obiakpo local government, Rivers State, in Ikwere too. We have Aro Ajatakere Aro Ajatakere in Ikuano in Umuahia, present day Abia State. We have Arachara in Amasa Isialangwa. We have Aro Umempe in Isialangwa also. We have Aro Mbosi also in Isialangwa. We have Aro Maba also in Isialangwa. We have Aro Okporenyi in Ikuano, present day Abia State. We have Aro Iyama also in Ikuano. We have Aro Amoro in Ikuano also. We have Aro Ndizoko in Idato, Imo State. In this Aro Ndizoko, one of the Aro slave merchants went there to camp, and the community people refused him to stay, and they had a little issue. And at the end of the day, Aro sent their soldiers for peacekeeping, and they made peace between them and the community people, and they now became one and integrate. And today, even the Aro himself, Izog himself, is the slave merchant. The community was named after him. We have Aro Ndi Kelion in Orumba, Anambra State. We have Aro Ajale in Orumba too. Aro Isochi, Aro Abagana, Aro Oru in present day Imo State. We have Aro Nempi, present day Imo State. Aro Ngwa, present day Abia State. Aro Ezago in Enugu State. Aro Achi, also in Enugu State. arọ Oborite, arọ Kalabari, arọ Opobo, arọ Uturu, arọ Anwụ in Umuduru in Imo State, arọ Okija, arọ Izombe, arọ Nkwere, and many more. These are just few communities mentioned in Igbo land and riverine too that will have arrow settlements in. Most of these communities invited the Arab people to come and stay as a protective measure, just like what you have with the British signing a protection treaty with some communities in Africa or some kingdoms in Africa. The same thing was happening within the Aro. Aro is a sub-Igbo group within the Aro and other Igbos too. They never come with war to subdue anybody, but the people usually invite them to come and stay, to be a kind of protection for them. And he came, settled, continued progression. And all these communities in which you find the Aro settlement are governed by Eze Aro, from Aro Chukwu, under a single leadership. When you look at how Aro Confederacy thrived and how they operated and how vast the empire was, I cannot find the ground why some persons will go about saying that Igbo Enwe. And they are saying it with a spiteful tendency, insinuating that Ndi Igbo cannot govern themselves, that they have no leadership. If they are saying that the Igbos do not have a dictatorial monarch, that can be understood. But telling me they have no monarch or no leadership is false. It's false. It's false. The Igbos had proper leadership, even monarch, but not authoritarian one. It was a democratic monarch. Because of the embedded egalitarian nature of an Igbo man, and the traditions of the Igbos empowers every man to have a say in things pertaining in community issues, in anything affecting him and the community. The Igbo society is a democratic society, an egalitarian society. That cannot be translated to mean that Igbo Enwe. No, it's wrong. Igbos have king. They have leadership. This discussion welcomes anybody to come on to either agree with us or oppose what we are saying. Because if we don't debate it, it might end up falling to the ground. We need debate on it, either for or against, either complementing what we are saying or disagreeing with us. I'm just singled out Arochukwu alone for now. We also have Nri, we have Nnewi, we have other small kingdoms that also existed pre-colonial time. In the case of Nri, has been there for thousands of years. Don't want to go there for now. We will still get there in our subsequent discussion. Now, taking on the phrase Ohaneze, what does it mean? Ohaneze simply means, when you look at that phrase, Oha came first before the Eze. It simply means unanimous. Ohazurume, the people and the king. If the Igbos do not have king, there will be no saying like Ohaneze. Ohaneze simply means the Eze does not decide alone. The Eze decides with the people. In Igbo society, almost entire communities in Igbo land evolved organically, in that they usually have one progenitor, one man that started the community and then procreate and progress, and hence you have the community. So the Isiobi is the leader of that community. In some of the communities, they develop to be calling their head Eze. Even when they are Eze, they have almost they have representative from almost entire branches or branches. They came together to decide. The leader decides not alone, unlike what we have in some other part of Africa or other part of Nigeria. The Igbos have king, but a democratic one that decides with the people. It's what the people want that will happen. The king or the Isiobi or the leader or the Igwe literally endorses it. It doesn't decide alone. That is the meaning of Ohaneze. Because Igbo language is a code. It's not just a mere saying. It's a code. It's a philosophy. Any word uttered in Igbo language is a philosophy. It's a line of thought, not just a statement. When you hear Ohaneze, it means the people and the king. If the Igbos have no king, we will not have such saying. I picked that one to buttress this my line of argument, waiting for any opposing view. Igbo Enwe should not be taken lightly. It's a phrase to make the Igbos feel small. Even though some of our Igbo brothers will tell you it's just a parable, it means the Igbos are egalitarians, Igbos are self-reliant. We know we are self-reliant. We know we are egalitarians. We know. But we also have leadership. In the Western Nigeria, they have different kingdoms, not one kingdom. The Ijebu have their own, the Ife have their own, the Obas have their own. Just like that. In the north, the same thing. It's not one kingdom. The only difference is that in Igbo society, we don't have tyrannical monarch. We have democratic and constitutional monarch. We govern ourselves very well. When Arochukwu was on board, Arochukwu brought together almost the entire Igbo nation under one leadership, but yet democratic. They never imposed anything on any community. They work with them, agree with them, decide with them before executing anything. I think I'll be winding down because I have touched the points I want to dwell on today. Hello, my people. I think I've said before, I will start winding down now. I will still continue on this discussion. Nobody is coming to contribute. I expected to have a contributor so that he can enhance, he can bring out questions so I can know how to come in again. But having spoken on the Arab people and the Ohanese, I think at this point I will start winding down. If I have had a contributor, I would have continued. But since there is no one forthcoming, I think I will leave it here. But before I go, I want to rephrase that Ohanese points to the fact that the Igbos have kings. The Igbos have kings. But the Igbos are democratic. They are self-reliant. They are egalitarians. They have can-do spirit. They don't look up to anybody. They believe in themselves. You know, they have it in them. The Omenani and the Ordinary inculcated it in every Igbo son to want to have his say in any discussion. That is why they are kings or they are leaders, they are Isiobis, they are Igwes. Tend to always carry them along to avoid having any problem. But the Igbo people the Igbos are strong race. Lord Lugard refers to them as a great Igbo race to the east of the Niger. The Arab kingdom covers almost the whole Igbo hinterland and the peripheries. Aro Okibo, them themselves, they are the boundary, but they covered almost the whole Igbo land, and they are administered almost everywhere, democratically. Even along the riverine, talk of Isoko, Urobo, Ejo, Efik, we are under the influence of Aro Confederacy, plus the entire Igbo space. So how can somebody say the Igbos have no king? So I think I will leave it here for now. The Igbos have king, but their kings are democrats because of Omenani and the Ordinary, which guides them. Thank you very much. In the later days, I'll be coming again to continue on this topic. Thank you.